Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to today's coffee chat. Mm. Oh, well, it's great to be with you again. It feels like it's been a long time. I hope that you had a fantastic holidays. I sure did. My holidays were quiet, but I cooked up a storm, which I love. I mean, food is my love language, and it was wonderful to be cooking for people and for people to be appreciating that and that expression of my love. But here we are, 2020, not only a new year, but a new decade. And so it's time for my annual food trends that I love roundup. And so I've been keeping an eye on the grocery store, the farmers markets, what's been shared in the media, oh gosh, what else have I been keeping a track of? Oh, different magazines, food magazines, the grocery stores, I already mentioned that, restaurants, and keeping track of what trends are coming and going. It's my passion, it's my work, it's my life, and so I'm happy to be sharing with you a little bit of good news around nutrition because, hey, there's a lot of negative stuff and challenges and diets and all of that, particularly this time of year. So it's a good time to be sharing some good news. And I've been doing nutrition for over 24 years now, and so I've seen a lot of trends come and go. Lots of bad ones, some good ones. And so I think the good ones deserve celebrating. And so, yeah, that's what we're going to be talking about today. But before I get into that, I'm remembering to invite you to subscribe, to hit the subscription button below, the little notification bell, because each week I share with you tips on nutrition right here every Thursday morning at 7 a.m. And if you want to be creating a new decade with a new relationship with food, new healthy eating habits that actually stick, this is the place to come. And I share that with you. I share the nutrition science translated into simple, easy to take steps. I share with you how to get out of your own way with your food choices so that you adopt healthy eating habits that actually will stick. I share with you really practical things that I'm loving in the grocery stores, things that different food products, as well as cookbook reviews, because hey, we all need new recipe ideas. That's what I share with you each week, and I want to make sure that you're getting that. So click the subscribe button, the little notification bell, so that you always know you're invited to come on into my kitchen and enjoy a little cup of coffee and a chat. Okay, 7 different trends that I'm noticing that I'm loving for 2020. And even though this is a brand new year, brand new decade, none of these trends are like way out of left field, didn't see them coming brand new. They're things that have been building and gaining momentum. And so I want to call them out because they are trends in that way. So the first one that, I'm absolutely loving is that we're no longer afraid of fat. Oh, hallelujah. I mean, I've been around, I've been through all the low fat years, all the everybody having fear of fat years. And so I love that now we're recognizing that eating fat doesn't make you fat. There's lots of benefits to eating fat. The fat helps us absorb the fat soluble vitamins that you've heard of, like vitamin D, vitamin A, vitamin E, vitamin K. These are all amazing vitamins that we need that have wide ranging health benefits for us. And if we're not eating any fat, we're not absorbing them very efficiently from our foods. Fat also keeps us full. It keeps us full for longer, which is how we then don't end up going for the junky foods because we get super hungry every hour on the hour. So eating fat is key to staying satiated so that we don't overeat. Fat also tastes good, and I want you to get pleasure from our food, as well as fats have a lot of positive other effects. They're great for our skin, steady blood sugar, lots of great things to be embracing healthy fats. So I love seeing the trends of nuts and seeds. Tons of people eating nuts and seeds now. Whenever I see them going on sale in the bulk food sections, boom, they're gone. Love that. Same with avocados. They've been having such an attention for the last number of years, and I love that. People are embracing healthy fatty fish, which is awesome, salmon, and beyond that. Same with the nuts and seeds. At first there was interest in almonds. Hey, almonds are great, but I love that I'm seeing people embracing the wide variety of nuts and seeds that are out there, right? Chia seeds, hemp hearts, sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds. I see a ton of people interested in pistachios again. So yeah, just absolutely loving the embrace of that. There's an olive oil bar here in Victoria, and I'm seeing people embracing good quality olive oils, avocado oil, and seeing, like there's fat focused bars out there, all sorts of focus on healthy fats. And so I love that we are now celebrating the benefits of eating fat. That's trend number one that I'm loving. Trend number two that I'm absolutely loving is the embracing of more plant-based eating. I mean, hey, you can't deny with the explosion of the Beyond Burger, the Impossible Burger, how that just kind of took over the fast food world of all places. It shows that there's a real interest in plant-based eating. And not necessarily jumping in full force with being vegan. I mean, people being vegan, that has been a long-term mainstay. Being vegetarian, being vegan is nothing new. I mean, I've been supporting people who are choosing those lifestyles since the 90s, and by far that was not the beginning of those. But what I'm seeing are people who aren't necessarily switching over completely to being completely plant-based, but wanting to incorporate more of those meals in our life. We saw it with Meatless Mondays and continuing to see interest in that, which I'm absolutely loving. I also noticed what cookbooks were just flying off the shelves, what recipes you ask me for. And even when I launched my cookbook, what questions people were having of me. And yes, even my cookbook, while it is omnivorous, has a heavy bent towards plant-based eating. So I'm loving seeing that trend, because including more plant-based eating is great for the environment and awesome for our individual health as well. So that's trend number two, absolutely loving. Trend number three that I absolutely love, that the Instant Pot has made slow cookers cool. I've been a long-term proponent of the slow cooker because it's a brilliant answer to our modern lives. Hey, the reality is that a lot of healthy foods take longer to cook. And yet we're busier than ever before. So how do you reconcile these two things, that you want to eat healthy, you want to eat more home-cooked foods, but we're super busy? The slow cooker, the Instant Pot, is the solution. And so absolutely love that. Whether you're using an old school one, whether you're using the Instant Pot, such an amazing contribution to the trends. And yeah, absolutely love it, because we need to make healthy eating practical for our busy lives in order to have it stick. In order for it to become our true habits, we need to not give up our lives in order to eat healthy. We need to eat healthy that in a way that fits in our lives. And so slow cookers totally do that. Same with the fourth trend that I'm seeing. A few of the trends are actually on that theme because, and I love that it's providing real world practical solutions for us busy people who want to eat healthy. We don't want to have a choice of either being healthy or being busy. No, we want to be busy and healthy. We want our healthy eating to support us in our performing at this high level in our lives. And so the next trend that I'm seeing also supports that. And that is the explosion of online grocery shopping and the subscription services. I'm kind of putting those two together because really it's about going online, ordering stuff, and making it happen in our lives. So whether you online grocery shop and have things delivered, or whether you online grocery shop and then just stop in and throw it in your car and then head home, brilliant, 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 brilliant. And I recommend it for a lot of my busy clients, even if you're not getting you want to still shop for your own produce or things like that. That's totally valid, but you can get those staples, right? Why do you have to be the one going up and down the aisles for those staples that you get every single time? The pasta noodles, the boxes of cereal, those staples that really, it doesn't have to be you picking that exact box, that exact can, that exact container. Outsource that so you have more time for the important things in life. And so absolutely love the online grocery shopping, and same with the online food delivery. I particularly love the ones where you do some of the cooking to finish it up, but it's been chosen. I've been recommending that for a lot of clients for a few different reasons. It's super handy if you feel like you're stuck in a rut and you just need some ideas of new recipes, because not only does it, you can choose from the recipes they've selected and then you get to make those, but then you also get the recipe card that you can keep. So things that you loved, you now have the recipe and you know how to make it for future times. So love it for that. I also have been finding that people, again, when you're busy, you just want to have to do the last couple steps. You don't want to have to do finding the recipe and the grocery shopping and that. So super convenient, awesome. The other one that I have, other kind of situation where I've been recommending it a lot for people are people who are kind of newer to cooking, not so confident in the kitchen yet. Because those meals are brilliant and they're already kind of portioned out. Some of them are already kind of pre-chopped and that, and you just have to do the finishing steps. And the instructions that you get with them are super easy to follow, really comfortable for the beginner, not confident cook. Because that's, what people always ask me, how do you become a good cook? And the answer is, you cook. I'm not being facetious when I answer that way. That's the honest truth of how you get good at cooking is spending time cooking. But again, in our busy lives, it can be difficult to do that. And so I find that the meal prep, the delivered meal prep, can be a great kind of intermediate step where you're doing some cooking yourself, but you're not starting from scratch where it seems this insurmountable task to take on. So I love that as an intermediate step. Build some confidence. Again, keep those recipe cards for the ones that you loved, because now you know how to make them and you can practice that and you can understand, all these different pieces of these little kind of small skills that are all contributing to knowing how to cook. So great thing. The online grocery shopping and the meal delivery subscriptions, brilliant for those of us who are busy and want to eat well. The next trend that I love is, again, another solution on for that same purpose of making healthy eating easy and quick. And that is the continued expansion of pre-prepped vegetables. Whether it's fresh vegetables or frozen ones, they continue to get better and there continue to be more variety. And if you've been following me for a while, you know that I'm all about the variety. And so I love that. It started with the baby carrots and they were such a hit that now it's continuing, right? Then it was the cherry tomatoes or the grape tomatoes, the baby cucumbers, and now every time I go into the grocery store, it seems like there's new pre-prepped things in the produce section, whether it's the bags of salad. I'm noticing that the expansion within those, there's now kale salads in there. There's other leafy greens. There's like broccoli stems, slaws. I mean, you can use these for coleslaw, for salad, or you can add them as toppings or components of your dishes you're making, right? Maybe you're doing a fish taco and you want some shredded cabbage for the top. Well, get the cabbage coleslaw like bags so you don't have to be actually shredding cabbage. Brilliant. And I'm seeing, as I said, just more and more things in the grocery store that way with the fresh stuff. And so, take a browse next time you are in the grocery store and say, oh, hey, that could be useful for this, that could be useful for that. I often myself, if I'm going grocery shopping and I know, say that same night or the next night, I'm going to be needing something quick, I love the pre-cut stir fry mixes. I mean, hey, stir fries are super quick if you don't actually have to chop anything. I mean, the chopping of stuff is what takes so long with stir fry. So I love that. The pre-cut, everything's ready. And again, lots of variety in there. Maybe some veggies you might not have chosen to get the whole thing. You can just grab as much as you need for your one stir fry that same day. Brilliant solution. I also have seen the frozen vegetable section expand and it just continues to get better. It's no longer just for frozen peas and corn. Well, there's nothing wrong with those. I still love them. They're good staples for different recipes, but I'm loving how particularly some of the vegetables that take longer to prepare, we're now finding frozen riced cauliflower. I mean, brilliant, because rice and cauliflower, which doesn't mean rice, it means it's a technique for making it the little bitty pieces like rice of cauliflower. That takes a lot of work. You need some time, you need some patience to do that. But buying it already made like that, amazing. Use it as rice, mix it with egg to do the cauliflower pizza crust. I have clients who are making little like breakfast kind of fritters with egg with them. Brilliant, brilliant option. Same with the frozen butternut squash. Love that because, hey, I love a butternut squash soup. Butternut squash tastes amazing in like a Thai coconut curry, but chopping up a butternut squash takes some time and effort. And so I love that you can now get it already cubed, ready to go. Same with the frozen avocado. I mean, hey, if you're making a smoothie and you want some avocado in there, waiting until the perfect moment when the avocado is ripe and then putting it in the smoothie, it's a bit of a waste of that avocado. And so pre-chopped, pre-cubed, no skin on there avocado in the freezer, brilliant option for a smoothie. And then one that I grabbed from my own freezer, it's probably a little wet because it is from my own freezer, is Brussels sprouts. I mean, you don't think about it, but preparing Brussels sprouts takes some time, right? You need to wash them, you need to peel off the top layers, you need to cut them. And so frozen Brussels sprouts ready to go. Love that. Again, making the prep so much quicker for such an amazing vegetable that I finally love. One of the last vegetables I've learned to like, and now I'm all about them, totally obsessed with roasting them. And now I love that you can get them frozen. So yes, fresh, frozen, pre-prepped veggies. Do you pay a touch more for them? Yes. Are they a practical, awesome choice for making it easy to eat more vegetables? Absolutely. So I love going to the farmer's market, getting stuff from scratch, preparing things, the full way. I always have some, butternut squashes and that to prepare. I do that too. It's not an all or nothing thing, but there's those busy nights and those times when you haven't gotten to the grocery store when it's great to have these items on hand. So that's another trend that I love. Another one that I'm loving is our recognition of the important role of our digestive tract, our gut microbiome. And so we're learning more and more about the importance of that. Still lots of things we don't have answers to, but I love that we're continuing to see the inclusion of fermented foods and how the importance of those. We're talking about fiber and prebiotics, not just probiotics now, and all about our gut health. So I love that focus. And kind of on a similar bent is that I love that we're now talking about, we're getting away from this concept of the all day grazing. Ooh, a little sunshine peeking out. Yay, such a rarity in January here in Victoria. So hello, sunshine. Thank you for making an appearance. Okay, back to where I was chatting about. Let's see. Getting away from all day grazing. Yeah, not a great habit to be in. I find we end up overeating, we end up eating out of balance, and what we're starting to discover is that our digestive tract really likes to digest food and then have a break from food where it does a self-cleaning step before we introduce more food. And so I'm loving that we're moving away from the all-day grazing, that the concepts of like intermittent fasting and that are, whether I'm not going down the whole debate about intermittent fasting, but I love the contribution that it's making to the awareness of perhaps this all-day grazing, eating nonstop is not a good thing. And I'm hoping that what it translates to is to no longer doing so much eating on the run, actually taking a break for lunch, leaving your desk, using that staff kitchen that isn't sitting there empty and taking breaks. So I'm hoping that lunch and meals make a resurgence from this, but loving this trend of moving away from the all day grazing just does not end up being good, serving our nutrition well. Okay. And then our last trend that I'm loving, the absolute last trend that I'm loving, and I'm not saving the worst for last. It's not that it's the least important. It's not the best for last. These are all, mix and match, whichever ones. They're not ranked. They're in the order in which I remembered them, to tell the truth. But the last trend that I'm loving is the increased awareness of something that's acronym is IBS, or irritable bowel syndrome, that for a lot of people, myself included, I have a little bit that some indigestion, some digestion issues, and how certain foods are more irritating to our gut, and how there's the stress and gut connection. Those are connected, but also how certain foods, the acronym is often FODMAP, can be more difficult to digest. And so we're seeing some increased awareness of that and some increased focus on choosing foods. I'm seeing more recipes, more cookbooks around lower FODMAP recipes, lower FODMAP cooking, as well as starting to see some low FODMAP branded products out there, which is fantastic because you need to be feeling comfortable in your body. We want your nutrition to meet all your nutrition needs, but also contribute to you feeling good digestively. And so it's great to see this increased awareness. I'm having more and more clients talking to me about that they have some digestive concerns, and we find relief for them but still getting all their vitamins, still getting fiber through certain choices. And so I'm loving that there's more awareness of that happening, and we're seeing more products and more cookbooks and more bloggers sharing recipes on the internet, on social feeds around that. So loving that trend so that more people can be getting relief from just the poor digestion that they think is just the way their body is, and that's life. It does not have to be that way. Those are the 2020 food trends that I'm loving. Lots of fantastic ones, so many good stories happening in amongst all that negative stuff in our nutrition world, in our food world. Have a great week. That's it for me. Oh, I should remember to say, if you like today's video, please let me know. Click the thumbs up. Are there some food trends that you're seeing that I haven't picked up on? Share them in the comment section below. It's always great to see, particularly if you're different parts of the country, different things you're seeing. I'd love to hear what you're seeing as some food trends as well. Get the conversation rolling here. I have a great week though, and I will see you back here next Thursday morning at 7 a.m.